The Los Angeles wildfires have forced more than 100,000 people out of their homes. Just think about that number for just a second. Two of them, Aaron Samson and his 83-year-old father-in-law, who has Parkinson's disease, made a harrowing escape from the Palisades Fire. They were forced to get out of their car that they were riding in, and then they escaped on foot. Here's a look.
This is crazy. There's a fire right outside our car. We got it. No, not that way, Dad. Okay. Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Come on, Dad. Turn around. We got this. We got this. Come on. Turn around. You got it. Keep walking down the hill.
I can go.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna kill you.
We got it, Dad. We got it.
We got it, Dad. We got it. Aaron Samson took this video and joins us now from Berkeley, California. Aaron, I'm so glad to see you this morning. So glad that you and your father-in-law are okay. Before we get to your backstory, how are you guys doing right now?
We're alive. We're alive, so that's the most important thing. We're doing okay. My father-in-law went down further south toward the San Diego area to be closer to some of his family. I went back home up north, and we're doing okay, Gayle. Thank you.
This is what I keep hearing, Aaron, about people that had to evacuate. A, they didn't know where to go, how to go, had no idea about what direction to take. Can you take us the process about how you all decided when it was time to leave and what you took with you, if anything?
Yeah, it was a very harried situation. I got a ping from my phone. I think it was around 11:15, and at the same time, the house line rang with an alert. It wasn't saying evacuate, it was just saying there's a wildfire in the area. And for the next hour or so, we were figuring out, do we go? We got another ping through the phone. And at that point, I went outside, I saw smoke and fire near my father-in-law's house and realized we need to go. The problem is we didn't have a car. By circumstance, we had no car in the house. So now I was calling 911, Uber, trying to figure out how to get him out of there. And I ran up and down the street where he was, Glen Haven, finally found a neighbor who was willing to swing by and pick us up. Most people had already gone at that point. And at that point, I grabbed his medicine. That's the only thing I could think to grab. I grabbed a couple things off the floor. My mind wasn't thinking, correctly, which I would have grabbed different stuff now. And at that point, we jumped in his car. This guy, Jeff, neighbor we'd never met before, but, salt of the earth, saved our lives. As we're driving down, there's fires on both sides of the car. We're driving, we're suddenly seeing fires. You could feel the heat. That was a video I took on the ride down. And then the fires were getting closer and closer. We were completely stuck in traffic, and the fire jumped about probably 15 feet from the car on the right. And at that point, just being stuck there, surrounded by fire, the policemen started running up the street, get out of the car, and started screaming. And at that point, this guy, Jeff, he had his car full of his most important possessions. We had a couple bags, but I had my father-in-law, which was the most important thing. So now I'm trying to get him out of the car. And the video that you saw earlier was me, trying to get him out of the car as fires upon him.
So, Jeff, you are now with your father-in-law. What's going through your mind as we look at this video of you trying to lead him down the hill away from danger? What are you thinking?
Yeah, and Jeff was the neighbor who saved us. My name's Aaron.
Aaron, sorry.
So no worries. As I'm walking down, I'm just saying we gotta do this. I was just trying to pump him up. My father-in-law has Parkinson's. He can barely move. This was a heroic effort on his part, just walking the way you see him walking in the video. Yes. Finally, I turned him around and sat him down on that walker and started wheeling him myself. And we're just get out of there. And, everyone was just like, you don't really realize how serious it is until you're closer to those flames and you're really realizing it. As you get that ping, you don't think this is a life-threatening situation.
Aaron, you are from the Berkeley area, and the whole country is watching. Really, the whole world is watching what's happening right now. Put it in perspective. You've seen some wildfires before. You know what this is like, but how is this different?
Well, first of all, it's very different for me because I'm very involved in the middle of it. But this feels like bigger than I've ever been a part of. I've been a part of some big ones in '91. There was a big Oakland Berkeley fire, and we had some people stay at our house who lost their homes when that happened. This is obviously huge. You know, this is huge. This will have ramifications in so many different ways among people around the entire country. It's a very big one. I can't put it into words how big it is and how much it affected my family and me personally.
I know, Aaron, we're all affected by it, and we're here safe in New York, but it's just heartbreaking to see people literally running, fighting for their lives, and we're watching it in real time, and it feels so hopeless. That's why we're so happy to hear stories like yours, that you and your father-in-law are okay, and I know there is still much work that needs to be done. But we thank you so much. I know you're friends with Jamie Yuccas. We thank you so much for talking to us this morning. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Gail.